What about some? What else they got? Lobster,
Crab, pig feet.
chitlins,
No.
oysters, clams,
No.
mussels,
Hog
scallops, hog maws, cow tongue. You know, I mean not cow tongue. It's the other one.
Cow ears.
It's one of them damn tongues they be eating. It's folly, but.
I actually got a question. Like you know how we welcome like Native Americans, of course our black people, our Hispanics. The only thing about our Hispanics where he talked about where we would be brought here in ships, but we won't be sold. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What I don't understand was Hispanics also own black slaves.
Hispanics also own black slaves. Now, when you go into the history, when you go into I believe it's the Seminole Indians, tribe of Reuben. They you had so-called runaway black slaves that the Reubenites took in.
See that?
And they I don't want to butcher it, it's on my phone. So I wouldn't look at it that way, like they just, was just enslaving them and beating them and dogging them out like the white man was. But you can go up. Black Seminole Indians, yeah. Now when you read through this article, brother might have to scroll through it. I was diving into some research. These Seminole Indians, which is the tribe of Reuben, they took in black brothers. All right, and it was Seminole, not Seminole. It was Reuben territory. It was their land. So yeah, they did have the oversight, the overrule, and they let the Judites pretty much serve under them. Gotta scroll through. It's in there. Yeah, you
I was gonna say they were redeemed.
Yeah. This is a parallel to what you just brought out.
You knew that the white man originally had Native Americans as slaves, but they couldn't work like us.
This is a long document. It's a lot.
We got you, brother. We got you.
Yeah, I definitely this good history right here. This good history.
Good question.
Because when you're reading the law, you can redeem your brother. You can redeem your brother. Yeah, right here. You can start at they called them Maroons. You can start up there. They was calling the black folks Maroons. That's what the Reubens was. That was a slur you could say, chiefly from the Edomites and Reuben. I just called them. They had their little names for them too. But you can start right there.
The article reads, typically, Maroons lived in a separate communities next to the Seminoles.
Next to the who?
The Seminoles.
And the Seminole Indians is your Reubenites, man, your tribe of Reuben. So the Reubenites let the Judites set up shop in areas around them in their land. Go ahead.
With their own leaders.
With their own leaders. So you had leaders amongst the Judites. And you had the Reubenites over the Judites. Now, did they beat them and make them serve with rigor? No. They didn't kind of pull an Exodus 1 all over again on them. No. But they did bring their brothers in and redeem them because you could do that according to the law. So don't look at it as Mexicans had black people as slaves. No. They took their brothers in and redeemed them from the servitude and the hardcore slavery that they was under with the so-called white man.
Well, not so-called.
Well, yeah, white man. Yeah. You ain't gotta say so-called.
Well,
Some people like to be technical. Where they red, so people and their true biblical nationality is Edomites. So we say so-called.
I refuse to believe the religion that was beaten to us by the white man.
That's good. That's damn good.
Right, brother.
Yeah, because that's what.
Well, they serve Caesar Bonjour.
Bonjour.
See that?
Bonjour. Bonjour to him, all right. Bonjour. Get out of here. Bring it out.
It says with their own leaders and political systems.
Yeah.
They were allowed to own weapons and had control over their labor.
See that? They had control over their own. And look, the Reubenites set this up for the Judites. They said, look, do your own thing. Y'all take this land over here. Y'all got your top dogs. Y'all got your leaders. Y'all got your officers, your captains over 50, captains over 100. Look, do y'all.
True.
They had their own little get up going on after they did what? Flee from the so-called white man and came to their brothers, the Reubenites. Right?
It reads, their culture largely reflected a mixture of Seminole, African, and white customs.
Now, of course, look, they was under the so-called white man, so they probably learned a few things that was profitable. Maybe not. So they had a mixture of what their brothers was doing, and that's mighty right there. Yeah. The Seminole Indians and the blacks, they had a common lifestyle. Why? Because they Israelites.
Right.
The tribe of Reuben and the tribe of Judah. Go ahead.
The most formal obligation that existed between the two groups was the payment of an annual tribute.
A what?
Annual tribute.
See that? Go ahead.
usually a percentage of the slave's crop.
See that? So hold on. Oh, this is in the Bible. You give a tenth to the priest. All right, you literally give a tenth to the priest of your what? Your crops. And they say an annual tribute. That's like Pentecost. That's that annual, because annual is yearly. We get that portion, the best. That's our first fruits. We get the best of it to the priests, man. Ultimately dedicated to the Most High. And they did this with each other.
So like profit sharing.
Profit sharing. Is that how profit sharing works?
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know about profit sharing. I'm not stock guy. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Well, there you go, then, brother. You made a good parallel through the spirit. All right, go ahead. But they just did it between each other, because you got to think about it. The Judites was redeemed by the Reubenites, so they just showing a little love. Annually, look, here's our portion. Here's our, this we showing love to y'all. Appreciate that for bringing us in.
Yeah, they got their ROI.
That's the ROI, man. Return of investment, man.
Yeah.
All right, what did they invest in? Redeeming their brothers. What's the return they get? Love from their brothers with crops. Go ahead. Now that I know about a little bit.
It says Seminoles barred the majority of blacks from becoming full members in their clan.
Right, so they had put them on a decent short leash. Say, look, y'all can rock with us, but y'all can't be the full. Y'all not the head hunters. We Reuben, y'all Judah, and that's respect. That's respect. You gotta have boundaries in the inheritance, man. The Judites can't just overthrow the Reubenites inheritance. Yeah, we run this shit down.
Right.
Nah, we showed y'all love. We redeemed y'all. We got y'all set up right here. We do us over here. Go ahead.
But in certain cases, they did extend membership or special status to such individual black leaders such as John Kibitz and Juan Cavallo.
Can you read that?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. This guy, man.
Check this out, brother. But in certain cases, they did extend membership or special status to such individual black leaders.
Now, real quick, they extended special status and what do they say? Opportunity of memberships.
Extend
Membership or special status to individual black leaders. So they showed a little bit more love to the top guys that was amongst the Judites, man. And that's how I go. The mighty is with the mighty. All right, go ahead.
Intermarriage between the two ethnic groups occurred.
And you had intermarriage. Now, you can read it, they didn't do this all the time, but if you was a top guy amongst the Judites, hey, that Reubenite, you can have my daughter. And that's how I go. You see that with in Judges with Caleb, I believe it was, or it might have been the beginning of the Judges, or the end of Joshua. He say, whoever could slay this many and take this city over, you can have my daughter. Judges 1. So they moving in the same spirit of the ancient Israelites.
That's mine.
All right, because we still here. All right. He say, look, certain people that was the top guys of the Judites, we extended them certain membership and opportunity, and we let them intermarriage with our daughters. Because you got to give your daughter to a mighty man, But they didn't do that all the time, because they go back to the laws where you had that with the daughters of Zelophehad in Numbers 35 and 36, where they had to stay married within their tribe so their inheritance wouldn't move, because he only had daughters. All right, go ahead.
Intermarriage between the two ethnic groups occurred, but on a limited basis.
On a what?
A limited basis.
On a limited basis, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, studies also suggest that unlike the Seminoles, the majority of black Seminoles practice monogamy.
They practice monogamy, just one man, one woman. And they was calling them black Seminoles too. All right. They was Judites.
Right.
All right. But once they was essentially grafted in, they call them black Seminoles. It is what it is. But they practice monogamy. Now, you can have polygamous relationships. It's not off. But for the most part, one man, one woman. Go ahead.
Although they did not have tribal membership, black Seminole played key roles in both political and military matters.
And who?
Political and military matters.
So they played roles in political and military matters. They literally had a whole community going on, bro. They worked with each other, then they had their solo things. They was helping them fight. That's what it means. They play roles with the political and military matters. They help establish judgment. You gotta have judges in the land.
Yep.
All right. Then they had military. We brothers, we gotta go fight with each other. You read about that in the Lord too. When who was that? Manasseh, Reuben, and Gad. They all fought together and overcame their portion of land. And the Lord said, after y'all overcome your portion of land in the time of Joshua, now y'all gotta help y'all brothers. So this is what they had going on, man. So like I say, don't look at it in a bad way, like slaves, like the Mexican, we got the niggas in slavery. No, it's not like that.
This how I look like. Other than I feel like other than the black community like begging and claiming different stuff, if everybody like was up on their faith and knew about Hebrew and knew about becoming a Hebrew Israelite, it'd be way better. We'd be like the Black Panther movement, where they had to kill us all because it's too powerful.
Well, I tell you like this. All right. A lot of our people say that, you know, we all need to come together, you know, stand together, and stuff like that. Not a bad idea, but we're not gonna do it under the banner of Black Power or under the banner of Black whatever. We gotta do things under the banner of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, man. Us coming together as a people to get back on fire and do what's right by God and get these blessings that the Lord has available for us. It come with us repenting. The Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians gotta repent so these beautiful blessings can come upon us. Can you give me Deuteronomy 30:1? And you bring this out, King Mama Shah?
The book of Zephaniah 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
What the Lord saying?
Gather yourselves together.
The Lord said, gather yourselves together. So, to a point, you're kind of correct. Yes, we do have to gather together. Yeah. But on a deeper level, the Most High is going to make his elect gather together. If you chosen by God to get the kingdom, you going to gather together. All right. Now let's bring this up.
Look at Deuteronomy 30 and verse 1.
You know?
Yep. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee,
Yep.
the blessing and the curse.
What the Lord say?
The blessing and the curse.
Now the Lord said all these things gotta come upon y'all. Because it's part of the
Bad.
curses, Deuteronomy 28:54, that we have this division amongst us. But the curses came upon us because of what? Being disobedient to God. So now when we come back and be obedient to God, we come together as a people. That makes sense? And when we do come together as a people, the Lord is going to restore us as one complete nation. Make sense? So that's really how it got to go. We got to repent. The Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians, we got to repent to the Most High God, keep His commandments, and then the Lord will gather us together. And then, of course, you got prophecies that got to be fulfilled, you know, all that good stuff. It's part of prophecy within itself for us to be gathered back together in one as one nation. A little bit more for you. I feel like a little bit more. I got you.
Said, I have said before thee, thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God has scattered thee.
And that's important. The Lord said you need to call to mind these blessings and these curses when you're amongst all of these nations that you scattered amongst. Call these things to mind. You know, meaning what? Examine the matter. Wake up. Know that you're an Israelite. Know that you're under the curses for your disobedience. Know that you will be blessed if you repent and become obedient while you scattered amongst these nations.
And thou shalt return unto the Lord thy God.
And you're going to do, hold on, one more time, King?
And thou shalt return unto the Lord thy God.
That's that gathering together that you were speaking about. But like I say, we're not doing this under the banner of Black Panther, Black love, Black excellence, Black. We're not doing it under the banner of Black. We're doing this under the banner of Jesus.
And thou shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice.
And do what?
And shall obey his voice.
Obey the Lord. That is what's truly gonna bring us together, brother. Like earlier, you came around. I'm not getting on you or nothing like that. Not the bad way. You said, I said you eat bacon. You said what? I know I shouldn't, but I do eat bacon. Right. So we gotta repent and really try our best not to do the things we know we shouldn't do no more. And that's what's gonna help bring us together even more.
That's right.
And shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee.
Right? Follow the commandments.
This day, thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Yep.
Then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee.
One more time.
And will have compassion upon thee.
The Lord said, then He gonna return our captivity, meaning deliver us from our slavery, and He's gonna have compassion on us. And it start with what? What do we gotta do on our end of the state? Repent, keep His commandments. Go ahead.
And will return and gather thee from all the nations.
Hold on, what the Lord gonna do?
And gather thee from all the
What
nations.
the brother was just speaking about earlier?
And gather thee from all the nations.
And the Lord gonna gather us from all these nations. You were just talking about that, brother. The gathering in, right? If we would just gather together. What do it take for us to gather together? Repent, come back to the Lord, and He's gonna gather us together. All right. It say, what is that? We outshot. It say, to the gathering, the people gonna be with Him.
Yeah, come on.
Go ahead.
Whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
That's it on that. So you understand that, brother? What you think about that? What the Lord just said?
I feel like, yeah, that's one thing that, I mean, yeah, under His word, I believe one day we all gonna come together. The prophecy is gonna be filled.
Yeah, that's right. How that make you feel?
That make you feel great.
Yeah, that's right, brother. Make you feel happy and joyful on the inside, just to know that in due time, our people will be one again, man. We're not gonna be divided forever. And our people divided when they shoot each other, rob each other. What they say, backdoor. They backdoor each other. The women hate on each other. I put her wig on.
See that?
All the time.
I feel like that's why that's why other people come to this country. Like we got the white man, we got the Arab come to this country and thrive, and we're not sticking together. We had opportunity to have exactly what they have and more.
Under the Lord, we do. But what did we do? We did what? Disobeyed God, broke His commandment. Let's go to that in the curse real quick. You get Deuteronomy 28, man. You can start at 46. You right, brother. We do got these opportunities. You right. I ain't gonna act like you ain't. But we a little bit more handicapped than them. All right. What handicaps us? Our disobedience, and the Lord putting these punishments upon us. They not handicapped. But hold on. Here's the catch to that though. You sow, you reap. So even though they're not handicapped now, they may not be going through these curses now. But Deuteronomy 30:7 said these curses are gonna be upon our enemies. So they thriving right now. They got the upper hand. That's cool. On the back end, they're gonna go through a lot of judgment for all the bad stuff they did. They're not going through it right now. We going through it right now. Fair enough to say, right?
All right.
We're going through it right now. But we gonna be glorious on the back end, Lord. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28:46.
Right.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign,
Right?
and for a wonder,
Right.
and upon thy seed forever.
So the Lord, and that forever is not a literal forever. It's just hyperbole, exaggeration, dramatics. All right. These curses is upon our people for a sign, as an identifying marker to know who we are. That's how we know we God chosen people. And it's gonna be upon our seed. So that means from back then, when this was literally written, all the way down to today, all the way until we have been alleviated from these curses, all the way until we have been delivered and granted salvation. All right. These curses upon us, so we still going through it to this day. And that's okay. We're not even going to be mad about that. Fair and square. All right? We did wrong, the Lord judges. Cool. We're going to do all that it takes to get right and be delivered from this. Because the Lord going to be the one to deliver us.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
See that?
The abundance of all things.
Hold on. What the Lord would have gave us?
For the abundance of all things.
There you go, brother. Like you said, we had equal opportunity. But the Lord said, I'm going to take that away because you didn't serve me with joyfulness and gladness of heart.
Right.
You would have had the abundance of all things. You just said that. But we didn't serve the Lord with joyfulness and gladness of heart. So now we don't have the abundance of all things. We got to go to our enemy in need and want of all things. So when you nail it on home, this all go back to you got to be obedient to the Lord. And you'll be all right. The Lord can make you prosper. That's not a problem. What's that song about all the time? Get in there. You know, this is what the Lord said when you be obedient. You got one too?
That's Joshua 1.
Yeah, go ahead.
Psalms 37 and verse 4.
Right.
Delight thyself also in the Lord.
What you gotta do?
Delight thyself also in the Lord.
Delight yourself in the Lord, meaning what? Love Him, keep His commandments, fear Him. Do all you can, be on fire, and try to be a best Israelite man, woman, and child you could be. Delight yourself in the Lord. Love this truth. Love doing this work. Go ahead.
And he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
What the Lord gonna do?
And he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
The Lord gonna give you the desires of your heart, brother. And as a nation, what did Paul say his heart desire was? That we all might be saved.
Right.
That's the desire, man. Yeah, Romans 11:1 in class. All right. So if you delight yourself in the Lord and be obedient to Him, we will be prosperous as a people. We won't have to depend on the white man for this and for that. You want to go to the grocery store, Kroger, Meijer, Aldi's, Fresh and Kind, your damn Publix, your Food Alliance. You gotta go to them for it, man. You want you some clothes, some socks, even down to your undies, man. You gotta go to white man for your undies.
Yeah,
All right, like come on. That's how it is.
I mean, at the same time, that's why I believe that segregation actually didn't help us at all, because we could have had our own black everything. You notice now where they say it's a black-owned business, other than where before we already knew where our people was and we knew where we was getting it from. Think about it, we could have had our own black electricity company and everything.
Now check this. My fault. I ain't mean to cut you off.
But because of them, like you said, we get everything from them. So they're actually profiting more from us not being segregated.
That's what happened when you're subject to your enemies due to being disobedient. But I want to touch on that real quick. You said the segregation and all that. I agree. That might not have been the best idea. That's true. The Lord deal with division. And us being separated as humans. Everybody got their own heritage, their own land, their own custom, their own ways of life. And yes, we should have held fast to ours. But check this out. This is what I wanted to say on that. I almost forgot, but I think I remember now. So look, what happened? We had a moment to do that, didn't we? They called it, what was that, Black Wall Street? Where was that? Was it Tulsa? Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now check it out. We did that, right? Did we do that in the name of God? No, we did not. What was the letter N in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Black Wall Street? They got what? Destroyed, burned with fire.
Black Wall Street.
Nah, that go to show you. No matter what you try to do as a so-called black man, woman, and child, if you're not doing it as a repentant Israelite in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai, it will fail.
Yeah.
It will fail. What you just said, we tried that. Did we not? Ain't the history out there? And they destroyed it. They overthrew it. And we didn't do that in the name of God. We didn't do that in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai. We didn't give praises and honor and glory when the Lord did let things pop for a little bit with Tulsa, Oklahoma. We didn't do none of that. And the Lord overthrew it.
Then, it happened again. Remember when the black people actually had control of Europe, they called it the Dark Age.
The Dark Age hit, brother. No, yes.
But because you wasn't working in the Lord's will, they called the Renaissance era.
Yeah, and iconoclasm, they painted everything, turned it white. You had the time of the Renaissance where the so-called white man was coming back into power. So, I mean, when you don't do things in the name of the Lord, it's not going to prosper. The Lord got to back you up with these things. Then, not only that, us Bravo right now, the prophecy not going to line up. Everything got to fit what the Bible has already said, that the Lord had prophesied from the days of old. If we was on fire right now, trying to run this whole world, I mean, none of this should be going on right now.
Yeah, right.
Give me Proverbs 2, I believe that is. Check this out. Check this out.
Church man.
It's us being in rule right now. That's
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 2.
Read out.
For the transgression of a
it might
land.
be one. It might be one. When the righteous bear rule.
Oh, that's 29. It's like
29 and 1 or 2.
Might be.
Proverbs 21.
Yeah, Proverbs.
It's in Proverbs.
Proverbs 21 to 14.
Try Proverbs 21. They say when the righteous bear rule, the people,
Nah.
when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, and when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
It is 29.
It is 29.
I was close.
It is
I
29.
said 28.
29.6.
29.
There you go, there you
Bring it
go.
out. Bring it out. Damn.
I never would have thought 6.
Yeah, one off. See, I had to see. Look, I said 28 and 2. It was 29 and 2. Oh my god! I studying flashcards for a reason. You said what? Yeah, man. These the classic too, man.
Yeah.
All the classics. Brothers ain't brought this out since year 1. Bring it out, King.
It's Proverbs 29 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
When the righteous are in authority,
When the righteous are in authority, like you would want for us to be, because Israel is our job to be the righteous of the earth. We not just deeming ourselves righteous, but that is our job. The Lord has severed us to be holy unto Him, set apart, righteous. Go ahead.
when the righteous are in authority,
Right.
the people rejoice.
The people what?
The people rejoice.
Is the people rejoicing right now, brother? Not us, not even these other nations. Nobody rejoicing. War is actually on the rise. Anger, strife, envy, contention. That's what's actually on the rise now in these last days. It ain't happiness. It ain't mirth. It ain't gladness. If you still in mirth and gladness in these last days, then your mind not right. You ain't watching. You know,
But when the wicked beareth rule,
But what?
But when the wicked beareth
Go
rule,
ahead.
the people mourn.
They do what?
The people mourn.
Ain't everybody mourning right now? Ain't everybody sad and down and want righteousness upon the earth? So even according to the scriptures, I mean, as much as I do want our people to prosper as well, brother, it ain't the time. Now somebody's down, they might not want to hear that. See, you Israelites, y'all don't make no sense. I knew you didn't want to be right. Well, brother, it's not the time right now, brother. We still gotta seal the elect. We still gotta be more on fire. We gotta grow to that full stature that we talk about in Ephesians 4th chapter. I mean, it's still a lot of more work to be done, man. Right? Before we just, turning up, doing our thing, running the earth for righteousness. So, what we going through right now, brother, I like to call it the fiery process, brother. We getting refined right now.
Yeah.
That's why we going. You can say tryouts. This the proving stage. The Lord say, "Many are called, few are chosen."
He said that.
So we got to go through a lot right now to prove ourselves to be worthy of running this earth in righteousness and actually being happy and on the so-called good end of the stick. Make sense, brother? All right now, brother. Like this. All right, brother. My hands. Lord, whether you was edified, brother, have a blessed day, King. So I'm praising the Most High, brothers in this thing, man. Brothers here. Now I got some current events and some presets.
Bring it out.
Some current events and some presets. All right, first, here you go to this right here, shot two right. This the first current event right here. Read that. This is crazy. Y'all gonna laugh at this one, bro.
Bring it out.
Hey, can brother give me I think that's Habakkuk 2:14, the dumb stone. Y'all gonna laugh at this one, bro. I tell you. This is a hell of a current event right here.
All right.
Real quick.
Yeah, you started.
In Psalms 97 and 7. 2 and 19. What?
Bring it out.
All right, now read crazy.
It says,
Brothers gotta hear this one, bro. Brothers gotta hear this one. I'm telling you.
2 suicide bombings breached a wall at a military base.
My fault. It's a lot. Yeah, it's another one. That's part of the current events too. That's part of it. Okay, believe that. That is part of it.
He that dwelleth with my Father is in heaven. That's all of us. So everybody. So you're saying that, but the Lord said anybody who say that they the Lord, but they do the Father's will will not make it.
If we sin, we have right
I think they call him the imam. He's the priest, you know, with the Muslims or whatever. So he was praying. They had their little sermon going on, and the mosque fell on them while they was praying. So Allah, the whole mosque crashed in on them. I'm trying to find it, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, it just go to show you, serving these idols don't get you nowhere. Right? It's not a real thing.
Christ came, he took all that away.
Bro, yes, bro.
He just said,
Yeah, but it was the head guy that lead the prayer. They preached. It fell while he was praying, man.
Going that way.
You gotta find this one. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I don't know. Lord willing, I can get it back. Lord willing, I can get it back. I was just talking about this earlier. Are you still bring out Habakkuk 2? I gotta find that bad boy. I'm fine. I got the other current events though.
It's Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 19.
Right. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise. It shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
See, ain't no breath at all in the midst of it. So calling on these idols don't get you nowhere, man. Calling on these dang idols, I mean, they ain't do that. They was praying. The person is called, he the priest dude that throw the prayers for all the, you know, the Muslims or whatever. So, you know, they doing their prayers to, you know, Allah and all of that. Mm-hmm. And the damn mosque crashed down on them, man. They died. They got destroyed. What did the Lord say? The dumb stone, covered with gold and silver. You know what that's talking about? That Rubik's Cube over there.
Right.
All right. What they call it? What you say, Yari?
I was gonna say Wisdom of Solomon 13.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 13. They worship the creation more than the creator. You know, they worship these idols.
Right.
Wisdom of Solomon 14, the devising of idols. All right. So they kind of got, sword fell upon them, man. You know, can you get Psalms 97 and 7, and then Judges 10 and 14.
Is that 96 and 7?
Is it 96 too?
The gods of the nations are idols.
96
Yeah.
and 4.
No, I got the right one. 97 and 7. Y'all might not know this one. Let's
The
see.
book of Psalms 97 and verse 7.
Yeah, we'll see.
Confounded be all they
What the
that
Lord say?
Confounded be all
They
they.
was worshiping Allah.
Confounded be all they
Go ahead.
that serve graven images.
That do what?
That serve graven images.
Yep, go ahead.
That boast themselves of idols.
That do what?
That boast themselves of idols.
It's a dagger, man. They confounded, man.
I had a
They serve it, the rock man, the rock god, Allah, Muhammad, the thing. They serving the thing, and they got confounded. Cause hold on, when that temple fell down, when that mosque crushed y'all ass, I know y'all was calling. I know y'all was saying something, bruh. I know they was saying something, and ain't nothing happened. They died. They got smothered to smothered.
You know it's ironic because they love rocks, but they always dying by rocks.
They always
dying by
rocks, man.
earthquakes. They always dying by stones. They stoning each other.
See that, man?
Precept, though.
See that?
This Psalms 96 and verse 4.
That's the other one.
For Yahweh is great and greatly to be praised.
Right.
He's to be feared above all gods.
Above what?
Above all gods.
See that?
Verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols.
Or what?
Are idols.
That rock.
Are idols.
Just an idol.
Right.
But Yahweh made the heavens.
See that? And that's playing upon tables, man. The Most High made the heavens. Show me the account where Allah created anything. Is that even in the Quran? Did He create the heavens, the firmament, the waters?
They said just go to the Torah about it.
They said just go to the Torah about that. Well, I wonder why.
Go to the Torah
I wonder why. Just go to the Torah about that. Yeah, I bet you damn will, huh? I bet you. You know, because they ain't got nothing going on, man.
Right.
Next time a mosque fall, I want to hear y'all call on Allah and let me see what happens.
No mercy from Allah.
I want to see what happens. Call on Muhammad. Skip it. Just call Muhammad. Let me hear you. I want to hear who you cry out to, and I want to see what happens.
Where is Muhammad's mercies?
All right. He don't have mercies.
Right.
He didn't even get mercy. Nah, he ain't gone.
Muhammad died that exact same way as he said as a false prophet. He is
Right.
over.
Right. So I mean, come on, man.
Exactly.
Cut the crap. Give me 2 Samuel 22 and verse 42. What else I had called?
22 and 42.
Yeah, Judges 10 and 14. Yeah,
Second Samuel 22 and 42. They looked, but there was none to save.
Hold on, what the Lord say?
They looked, but there was none to
That's
save.
all the Muslims.
They looked, but there was none to
They
save.
look, but it ain't nobody to save. Let's see. Go ahead.
Even unto Yahweh.
Even unto who?
Even unto
So
Yahweh.
this how you know the Lord not dealing with these nations. They could have called them God for crying out loud. Go ahead.
But he answered them not.
But he what?
But he answered them
What the
not.
Lord gonna do?
But he answered them
But
not.
he answered them not, man. They can call on God. It don't even matter. Say, man, I ain't hearing that, man. I ain't dealing with that. That's what the Lord say, man. They said they looked into in context, it's going to David destroying his enemies. That's another cut that everybody can't be saved. How is David destroying human beings and these humans cry out to God and he don't help them? That's great. What sense does that make? But everybody can be saved. So that literally means when it's time, you know, when judgment happened and all of that good stuff, y'all shall return, people gonna cry out. But he said, look, I ain't hearing that.
Right.
I ain't hearing. What you talking? You said something? You said something? Y'all know that one meme where it said you get headphones from $1.30 like that's how people gonna be sounding, man, to the Lord. Like, you hear something? I don't hear that, man. Say you get the it sound like a little fly buzz. Say when you get headphones from Dollar Tree, like that's how they gonna be sounding, man. The Lord say, y'all hear something down there? Like I ain't hearing that, man. You know, so serving and worshiping these idols don't get you nowhere. Go to Judges 10 and 14, Baba Shah.
Judges chapter 10. Start at 13.
You can start at 13.
Yeah, ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver